Greetings, gamer guys and gals, and welcome to my Let's Play Pokémon Colosseum. Welcome back. It's been quite a while. It's actually been quite a while since I made a Let's Play. I've done a little bit of shorts, and I've been compiling some interesting game data and footage for upcoming events, and I'm even considering streaming very soon. However, this is one game that I've been absolutely excited to get my hands into and do a Let's Play. It is my favorite game in the Pokemon series, my favorite game in the entire franchise, which is hilarious because Pokemon has had many games in the mainline series, and I would dare say that the GameCube games, Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness, are by far, in a way, the best games in the series. Now, as of this point, currently, in the year of our Lord 2022, there is one game that I would say is pretty close for top three. It's definitely in top three. It's pretty close for the number two and one spot in Pokemon, and that's Legends Arceus. I absolutely love that game, and have even considered getting into content with that. But because Colosseum is still my favorite game, I decided to go with this game. Is it an old game? Yeah. Is it going to get tons of views? Who knows? But what I can say is it's going to be a fun and awesome time. The land of Ore, a distant region far and away in the Pokemon universe, I guess you could say, with an awesome protagonist, a sidekick character, forced double battles throughout the whole game, and a wonderful scenery. And, personally, my favorite evil team of the entire series. It has just a lot going for it. Now, the reason why we are still on this screen and we are still dabbling around with talking about Pokemon Colosseum as a whole is because of one particular thing, and that is because I need to explain some stuff about this Let's Play. I already have a team lined up for what I'm going to use throughout the game. However, I have a second team I am lining up for the Realgam Tower and beyond. I do plan on doing all of Mount Battle. I do plan on doing all of the post-game content. So I do plan on that. But the endgame series of the story, I'm going to be using a second team. Now, this might be a bit controversial, but I'm actually going to be using one and only one glitch in this game. And it is the Pokeball Swap glitch, which allows you to continuously use the same Pokeball over and over again. Now, there's only one specific Pokeball in this entire game that I will be using that for. If you're a smart man, you probably could figure out what it is that I'm going to be doing this with. I'm also only going to be using it for the 6 members of my second team, just because I like the Master Ball. I think it's cool looking. I don't plan on abusing it any other way. I don't plan on using Pokeball glitch any other form. Consider it like it's my post-game team. It's not really going to be dealing with the main story most of the way. So I wanted to put that little caveat out there because the fact of the matter is the reality is that this is my Let's Play, and I want to play it how I want to play it. This game is incredibly hard compared to most of the mainline games. In fact, I think it's the hardest, and it also has the hardest quote-unquote final boss, in my personal and humble opinion. He actually has a viable competitive strategy, whereas pretty much every other game in the series is a hand-holding child's game. I personally, if I was being honest, I really hate the fact that the Pokemon Company, because Game Freak has such a stake in it, is kind of just pushing this game to the side. The GameCube games have not once been mentioned, and it's so saddening because these games are fantastic. They are just amazing. And what's so weird is that even during the 25th anniversary showcase for Pokemon, this nor XD, none of them were in there. There were some obscure titles in that showcase, but these were not there. And I have a feeling it's because they were created by Genius Sonority. I kind of despise that. I really do. It is my personal hope and prayer that Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon XD do finally get a decent remake. Because these games both have a very serious issue that even I don't really care for, and that is that they were built in a time and an era where they are just kind of really slow. They're really slow. Whenever I play this game, I would be lying if I said I don't typically speed it up. Because it's slow. The battles are slow, the animations are slow. It's having to use the items like you used to. Sort of like, you go back into the 3rd gen, 2nd gen, or 1st gen of Pokemon, or even the 4th gen, 5th gen even, and you have to use like HMs and stuff like that, and it's kind of ridiculous. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I love this game so much, is because it doesn't follow the core formula of gym battles and gym leaders and HMs. You don't need any of that because it's not in this game. I enjoy that a lot. But there's some new and awesome mechanics in this game we're going to be looking into. Alright, so without further ado, because we have spent quite a lot of time talking in a preamble about what I'm going to do with this run, welcome to Pokemon Colosseum, my Let's Play. Let's get it started, finally. Alright, so obviously we're going to do new game, but let's check out the options first. So we got stereo and mono. There's Rumble. I never do anything with Rumble. I cannot believe this is one of the things that has to be brought up. Why is it that this game has 2 options? Are we seeing this here? Done is not an option. Done is not an option. Like, this is insane to me that there's only sound and rumble as an option for this game. This is the kind of stuff where quality of life improvements need to be made. Because, for instance, in any other Pokemon game in the mainline series, you can turn off battle animations, which makes the battles go quote-unquote faster. It's not by much, if we were being honest. It really isn't. But something like that would be welcome in this game. I'm guessing the reason why they didn't do it is because they wanted to show off the 3D animations, because, I mean, this is a game from 2004. We're talking about a game in an era 18 years ago, and it looks this beautiful. It's just unfortunate that there's not very many options. Of course we would like to save to the memory card in slot A. Of course. Alright, so cool. Another thing we have here is we have 2 separate modes. We have a story mode and a battle mode. Now, the battle mode is very interesting. You've got Colosseum Battle and Battle Now. The Colosseum Battle and like most of the battle mode is kind of, in my humble opinion, kind of pointless, except for the fact that you can use your Gen 3 Pokemon like Rayquaza, Groudon, Kyogre, Pokemon you do not get in this game, in battles. You can do that. In fact, most of Gen 3 competitive battling was done on Pokemon Colosseum and XD. For good reason. It looks far and away better. And let's be honest here. I will say this flat out. The animations and the quality of the animations, as well as the quality of the structure of the characters in Pokemon, are pretty much at their best in the GameCube era. Some people would say that the Wii with Battle Revolution was really good. I would agree, but I still think it's the best here. There were a lot of compromises made with the 3DS and the Switch games. I don't like it. I really don't. Part of that is because they are on fixed game schedules, which I don't like. I don't like at all. I don't think anybody who's intelligent likes that. Most people who love, for instance, Call of Duty would love a better game than a rushed game every year. That's just my opinion. Arceus has fantastic mechanics, battle animations. However, graphics for its day is just not that great. I mean, even for the Switch. We're going to see some interesting things about that here, though. Now, we could do a name. And I was thinking about doing a name, but I actually think I want to go with the canonical name of Wes here. Yes, it is. Okay. Alrighty, so before we move on, can we just talk about for a moment, just for a moment, that is probably the coolest opener for a Pokemon game ever. And it sets the tone very well. This place sets the tone very well, the outskirts stand, as well as the opener, because you know automatically from the start this is not going to be like any other Pokemon game you've ever played. I love that. It is fantastic. Pokemon Colosseum and XD both do this very well, in my opinion. Alright, so in this first area, you don't really have much to do, except for going inside. Fwah! We sure pigged out, eh? I love chowing down after a job. It adds to the flavor, I swear. Yeah, and we bagged ourselves a great big catch, too. Boss will be sure to fix us up good with big rewards, too. It doesn't get any better than this. I don't know what it was with games of this era, but the post-apocalyptic look is something that they really, really wanted to hammer down, and I'm not sure exactly why. It kind of made sense in the 90s because of the Cold War, but just not so sure why. I mean, I think it looks cool. It's fantastic. The one-wheeled bike that Wes rides on is just an awesome touch. And I love how that sign is not even hanging on a string. Authorities have made a stunning announcement on the mysterious building that exploded in Ekloke Cannon. It was Team Snag'em's hideout. Team Snag'em is a gang of Pokemon abductors who have already been marked for arrest. The hideout was discovered only as a result of the explosion. By the time police arrived, the ruined building had already been abandoned. The cause of the explosion is under investigation. It should become apparent eventually. Alrighty. So let's check out the outskirt stand, shall we? Hey, do you know about Team Snag'em? Yes. They're a seriously nasty lot. There's no telling how many trainers have suffered at their hands. You know, I don't quite understand what happened, but having your hideout blow up on you, crime doesn't pay, I guess. I live a crime-free life, so there's nothing going to blow up on me. There's no forgiving that Team Snag'em. They don't deserve it. Not when they steal Pokemon from trainers. Why, I'd give a hip hip hooray if they were wiped out with their wrecked hideout. Alright, so, subtle detail. Absolutely love it. We have a guy here. We have a girl here. And if you talk to them, and if you listen closely to the sound of the text, there's a different pitch. There's a higher pitch. All of the female characters, all the woman characters in this game are just like that. They have a higher pitch. most of the text is, you know, similar pitch for the guys and the girls. The guys have their own, and the girls have their own. I love this. Distinct details, accentuating the fact that men and women are different, and we should be overjoyed with our differences and include them, love them. Isn't that what diversity is all about? All right, let's check out this dude. You're a Pokemon trainer too, aren't you? Yes. I can tell. And you're good. I can see it in your eyes. I bet your Pokemon are impressive too. If the opportunity ever arises, I'd like to have a battle with you. Though I doubt I'd have any chance of beating you. Hilarious. Why in the world? He's like hyped up, like, oh yeah, we're gonna have this fight, we're gonna have this battle, this Pokemon adventure. But I doubt I'd ever have a chance of beating you. It's kind of silly. I wish this jukebox worked though. Unfortunately, it does not. See what you have to say. Oh, I haven't seen your face around these parts. A traveler, huh? Not that it matters any. I don't know where you might have come from, but relax. Stick around a while. Okay, so we haven't really gotten much information out of this site, except for a very peculiar guy in the back. Kind of seems like he wants to fight us, but through typical Pokemon fashion, we don't particularly usually fight indoors. Yo, wait up! Hey, my name's Willie. After I got a good look at you, well, I got this urge to battle you. It's like I'm compelled to. Anyway, I look at it, it's obvious that you're no ordinary Joe. So, what do you say? Let's you and me have a quick battle. Absolutely. But another thing we need to notice is he says you're no average Joe. And his name is Willie. It's so funny because him and his little statement here are kind of like hyperbole, because he is the only person in this entire game that has a normal name. I can't wait to see some of the funny names again. It's been years since I played this game, but I'll be honest with you, some of them just make me laugh. Yeah, that's the spirit. All right, over here this way. Yeah, I'm burning now. I'm on fire. It's full throttle time. Boom, boom. Let's roll. He suddenly became a car, I guess. Rider Willie would like to battle. That's another thing, too. Most of the Pokemon trainers in this game have different classes than are typical of the normal Pokemon RPGs. And you also start off very weirdly. Instead of the normal level 5s, we're level 25 or 26. And we're fighting level 24 Zigzagoons, which is also very odd. I love the starters you start with in this game. Umbreon and Espeon are going to be staying on my team. Absolutely. They're going to be staying on my team. I love them as Pokemon. I am a big fan of the evolutions, especially like Leafeon is my favorite, personally. I like Glaceon too. But Umbreon and Espeon were the first evolutions that I was ever introduced to as I got into the Pokemon series around Gen 3. I've been watching people play, like my siblings and whatnot, since Gen 1, but I never really got into it. Part of that is because of my bad vision. I have horrendously bad vision. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult for me to keep up with some things. However, Umbreon and Espeon are fantastic because Umbreon is an incredible tank, and a dark type at that, and Espeon is an incredibly fast, very good special damage dealing psychic type, which is basically what you want out of a psychic type. So it's pretty good in my opinion. It's actually kind of funny because a lot of the Pokemon you get in this game are weak to the bug type, but the bug type is so weak in Gen 3 that in this game there's no chance of you worrying about it. So I am going to be keeping them, and we'll see why the whole bug type thing will come up later as to a reason why it could be bad. Alright, now, let's see. We've got some interesting moves here. We've got Bite, Secret Power, Taunt, and Snatch. Bite and Secret Power are going to be kept, for sure, because Umbreon has so-so special attack and so-so physical attack, but they're about the same. So, because of the way that types were balanced in the games up until Gen 3, which this is a part of, Dark type, which is Bite, is a special, and Secret Power, which is normal type, is physical. Now, Snatch is a really cool move, in theory, but we're probably going to be getting rid of that with something that's more useful somewhere down the line, because it's kind of not really that great. Basically, it just allows you to steal temporarily a move. And then Taunt is useful competitively, and it's also useful if you're going up against Pokemon and Pokemon teams that have boosting moves and stuff like that, and other like moves like Sleep Powder or things like that. But to be honest with you, you would be hard pressed to find any information in this game about anything concerning movesets or Pokemon or whatever. It's so difficult, and I'm not sure exactly why that is. It's actually quite incredible. Alright, so Espeon. Both Umbreon and Espeon kind of help one another out. They support each other. I will definitely be keeping Confusion for the time being, and Reflect, and most likely Helping Hand. I don't know about Return, because Espeon is a special attacker, and though Umbreon's physical attack and Espeon's physical attack are both pretty much the same, Umbreon doesn't really have much better of a special attack, so it's more justifiable. Whereas Espeon could use another special move here. So we're probably going to be replacing that at some point. Another good strategy about double battles that is something you definitely want to take advantage of, you know, had I not critical hit there, is you kind of want to double down on some of the enemies and take out some Pokemon as quick as possible, because when you have 2-on-1, you have a severe advantage. Pretty decent damage. Pretty decent damage. Zigzagoon flinched. Wow. Alright, let's just blow a return. Fantastic. Alright, so like, for me personally, I'm also not a big fan of moves like Return and Frustration, which are dependent upon your happiness or unhappiness that your Pokemon has. I think they're kind of silly moves. Some people like them because of the fact that they do good damage when they're high up there, but nah, it's pretty much worthless, in my opinion. Even on a physical attack, even on a normal type. But yeah, you're tough, real tough. You did a real number on us. Hey, I know. Why not test your skills in Phoenix City? It's out west of here. You'll find trainers who are way better than me there. You should go out there and get some battling in. That's a very good idea. And next episode, we are going to do just that. So join me next time, y'all, as we get into Phoenix City and take the advice of Ryder Willie.